Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. I had thought I was not going to record this week, but I have a few finished objects, so I decided to go ahead and record. You have probably seen the Lifeline to Rip video. I show how to insert a lifeline after the fact, so that if you do need to rip back your project, you have an easy way to pick up all your stitches. And I do plan on doing a tutorial as well on wrapping stitches and picking up those wraps. I have not done that yet, but I hope to do that in the very near future. Anyway, the last couple of days I have not knit very much at all, so almost all the progress that you're going to see today was done prior to Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, a new game pack came out for Sims 4, and I have been majorly addicted to playing it since it came out. I was actually at work on Tuesday, and I could not play it until I got home from work because I wanted to record my first impressions of the game and my excitement and so forth. So I held off with purchasing it until I got home from work on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night and Wednesday night, that's pretty much all I did. Today I also played Sims for a bit, just a personal game, but I am planning on playing more tonight as well, and I've been hopelessly addicted, needless to say. So yeah, there's not that much knitting going on this week, but I think I had a fair amount of progress that I wanted to go ahead and record an episode anyway. So that's basically what I've been doing the last couple of days. I do want to remind everybody about the coupon code for Front Range bags. I did notice when I looked at her shop earlier today that she currently only has 2 bags in her shop, and I'm hoping that she'll be able to get a couple more bags in there before Saturday or on Saturday when this episode airs, because I am recording this on Thursday, and hopefully she'll be able to update on Saturday again. I think that's what she did last Saturday before, or sometime on Saturday, so that there was a little bit more bags in the shop so that you guys can have fun shopping away. I love that so many of you have gone and purchased bags from her and gotten her business off to a really great start. So, oh, and that code is KNITB20, and it is good until the end of the month. So keep checking back if you haven't found a bag that you are really in love with. Keep checking back on her updates. And I don't know if there's a way that she can email everybody when she does an update, or if she's just going to post in the Sell Your Stuff thread that she's done an update, but definitely check it out. Alright, so let me get into the finished objects that I have for today. And this is not in the order that they were finished, but it's the order that they're stacked over here. So the first finished object, which you should not be surprised, are my socks, because I only had the cuff to do on this one, and like 2 rows and a cast off on that one. So not much at all, and I almost didn't get these done because I was, playing Sims. This one last week was almost done. All I had to do was a couple more rows and a cast off. That one was easy. This one, even as of yesterday, I only had a couple rows of the cuff done, so I had to work on that to get that done, and I easily did that yesterday without a problem. But if I had not taken the time to finish it, we would have been looking at another unfinished object. But they're done. I just need to take some pictures for my project page, and they kind of did this sort of little spirally type of thing on the patterning. It's not really pooling, it's kind of more of a spiral. I kind of like it. It's very interesting. Anyway, those are complete. Number 1. Number 2 are 2 more preemie hats. this one I haven't woven in the ends because I finished it at the office, and I did not have a needle at the office, a darning needle to weave it in. So 2 more completed. This is one that I had started last week when I showed you the other 3 that I did, and then I started this one immediately after I finished this one. And I did start another one immediately after I finished because I figure if I don't always have one on the needles, then I may not continue to work on them. So as soon as I cast off one, I'm going to immediately cast on another. Even if I don't work on it very much. Now the other one that I cast on, I think I did maybe 3 or 4 rows. So not that much on it, but at least it's cast on, and I can knit on it when I bounce or whatever. So 2 more preemie hats complete. I did also do 2 squares on the sock yarn blanket. I'm not going to show you the sock yarn blanket every single week because it's going to get repetitive, but I did want to mention that I did get 2 more squares done. I'm going to try and keep my project page updated so that I can remember how many I did each month, because I do want to do 52 this year, and right now I'm well on my way to doing 52. Okay, and then the last finished object is another snuggle. Here it is. It's 2-sided again, where I did the 2 panels on the knitting machine, and then I crocheted the edge. Now on this one, I think I mentioned last week, on this one I did not do the slip stitch. I just did a single crochet around, and then I did another single crochet to join. And honestly, I really liked the slip stitch better. I should take a picture to show you the difference. But this is the edge without, this is the top edge that I don't really like all that much without the slip stitch. It doesn't look bad, and honestly, an animal is not really going to notice the difference. I think it doesn't look as nice, but maybe I just have to, it has to grow on me, because it really was a lot easier to just do the single crochet around and then the single crochet again once I'm joining them together. So this is done. I am planning on pulling out my knitting machine hopefully in the next 2 weeks and doing up some more squares, some more blocks for snuggles, so I can start sewing those together too. I ordered a whole bunch of Deborah Norville Everyday. It's made by Premier Yarns. I ordered, I think it was 53 skeins of that yarn so that I could do all sorts of different snuggles and hats and whatnot. So I do want to get the knitting machine out so I can start that, and I probably will do some sort of simple tutorial on how to make a snuggle like this. If you have a knitting machine and you'd like to make some snuggles, it's a really easy process, but maybe somebody doesn't know exactly how to do it. And honestly, you could make these snuggles by hand too. You just knit these pieces by hand and then crochet them. So it's the same way, it's just a lot quicker on the knitting machine. So another snuggle is completed, so that's 2 snuggles so far. And like I said, I'm hoping to be able to do a few more, and then I'll probably take them all to the shelter at one time. So those are my finished objects. And we're 8 minutes in, and I'm almost finished with what I had to share with you today. Which means that this is probably going to be a short show, which is totally fine. Let's see, what else? Okay, so I haven't worked on Sammy's second log cabin blanket. Obviously, if I'm not doing too much knitting, I haven't worked on every project. I did not even pick up the Knit Swirl or the Never Shall Meet shawl or the Fall Mystery shawl, which I'm still trying to slog through. I mean, I enjoy working on it. It's just that lately I haven't really had time to sit down and focus. Now, I probably could have worked on it the other night when Steve and I were watching shows, but I was editing Sims videos, so I didn't really work on that at all this week. Also, before I get to the projects that I have worked on, I haven't worked on any spinning either. which I'm really sad about because I was doing so well the last 2 weeks before that. And so yeah, no spinning either. So let's see. Let me just go ahead and get into the works in progress. And I did not put markers on these, so I'm going to have to get markers because I didn't have markers on this bag. Usually what I try and do is I keep some of the interlocking markers on my on the string like this, and I did not have any on this bag, and I just kept forgetting every time I came home to grab a few. But this bag is my sock bag, my current sock project, and let me show you my progress. And I am finding, I think, that I really like the 40-inch cables better. I don't know why, but the last project I was doing when I was working on these socks, I was working on them on 40-inch cables. And I really liked them, but sometimes I felt like the cables were a little bit too long. But I'm now working on 32-inch cables on this pair of socks, and I'm finding that I really do like the 40-inch cables better. The 32 are fine, but I do think I like the 40-inch cables better. So here's the progress on these socks. And my lighting, because I'm back in front of my glass, I have to have my lighting off to the sides. They can't be in front of me. So the last couple weeks when you've seen me in front of my Christmas tree, which I did take down last weekend, thank goodness, the lighting was directly in the front, so you didn't get shadows. But now the lighting's off to the side, so we kind of get a little bit of shadow. So I'm going to try and work on how I'm going to fix the lighting for that, because I don't like to see the glare in the glass for the lights. I might have to see if I can just jack them up really high or something. I'll have to try and play with that the next couple of weeks. Anyway, progress on these. Pretty much both of these socks were just at the toe, a couple of rows of the color. And I really do like this yarn. This is Never Enough Time, and the colorway is Totally Tina. And you'll see there that we've got pink, yellow, and green, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And it came with the pink toes, pink extra skein for toes, heels, and cuffs. So I really like it. I like it a lot. And Katie had let me know that a couple of you have contacted her for this colorway, and I'm so happy that you guys are showing the love to some of these indie dyers and indie bag makers. I do really love this sock yarn. So that's the progress on this. I've mostly been working on these when I've been bouncing, and I think there was one day last week, like between the last time I recorded and today, that I did not get my steps in. And I probably won't get my steps in today, but I've been doing pretty good considering. So that is the update on that project. And I have one more update on a project. The only other project that I've worked on, and honestly I didn't even work on it that long. I would have liked to have worked on it a bit longer, but you know, Sims 4 distractions happen. Alright, so we've got Ecuador here. And we were right there where the green marker is last time. So I've done that much. And there are short rows in this project. That's why it kind of looks kind of wonky. But the good news is I have an armhole. Yes, I have joined the back only by, I think, 2 stitches. Maybe, nope, just 2. I was going to say maybe 3, but no, it is 2 stitches. So I really wanted to get a bit more completed on this because I wanted to be able to show you. It's kind of hard to see. But the way it's going to work is my arm's going to go through here like this. This is the front that you're seeing here. This is the front of the, I should put my arm, well, it doesn't really matter. But this is the front of the cardigan. Comes down like this. Your arm goes through, and then on the back side, this is the back. Now I got to put my arm this way. This would be the back, and it'll come along the bottom of this, and then come across. We'll have another arm opening over here, and then it'll come across the top, and it'll be open in the front. So it's a very unique construction, and I'm very excited about seeing how it all works out. Very, very cool. So yeah, I have made progress on it. Not as much as I would have liked, but definitely progress. So those are my whips for today. And you'll notice I have a few different strands here because I didn't pay attention one time and I forgot to change my yarn, and it was down a little bit too far, so I decided, I just got to cut it because it was down too far to carry it up the side. So I had to cut it and weave it in. I did that once more down here as well because I wasn't paying attention. So that's what happens when you don't pay attention. It's this right here. Is it that? Yeah, it must be that. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm trying to pay attention so I don't have to weave in so many ends. So that project is coming along slowly, but it is coming along. And those are all of my whips. So, stash enhancement, Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. Yes. Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. I've been having so much fun with this game. It's a new game pack that Sims has come out with. In previous games, Sims games, they had stuff packs and expansion packs. And what they're trying to do with Sims 4 is kind of do a combination of the two, but make them smaller, like a expansion pack, but a smaller expansion pack. And they're making them in themes. So this particular theme pack was for camping. So you get all kinds of camping gear and camping interactions with the other Sims, and they brought herbology or whatever, herbalism to the game, so you can go and collect unknown plants, harvest unknown plants, and then try and figure out what the plant is by studying the book. You can create different kinds of remedies. So like if you have bug bites, I think there's some bug spray that you can create, and I think there may be sunscreen. There's some kind of a tummy, something for your upset stomach or something like that. It really sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I have barely scratched the surface with this game pack, but it really looks like a lot of fun. I love that they brought back collecting insects because that was a fun part of the game before for me, and so I'm enjoying that. Now, as I understand it, you will only be able to collect insects and these other plants in the new world that they created, the new kind of town that you go on vacation to. But you can go back, once you have the fruits and stuff from the plants, you can go back to your home world and plant them. You just won't be able to find them around town. And I don't think the bugs and stuff will be able to be found around town. You'll only be able to find those in the other world. But it's a whole lot of fun. You can take all the camping gear and put it in your backyard if you want to do a camping in your backyard. You can set that up as your house instead of building a house. You know, so it's just going to be, it's going to add a whole lot of gameplay to the game. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. I also want to remind everybody about VKN. We have been doing the VKNs about every 2 weeks. Now, I don't think we had a VKN last week, but I don't think the next VKN is until next weekend for some reason. I don't know if I screwed up when I was oops, that's not where I wanted to go. When I was setting up the VKNs, let me see. Yeah, Saturday. Is this the VKN? Saturday 7 to 9. I think this is it, but I don't have an event detail. Yeah, the last VKN was on January 4th, and the next VKN is January 24th. Why is there no? This is weird. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be VKN, and I just did not give it a day. Give it a name on my calendar. Anyway, apparently I didn't give any of them a name. Okie dokie. So VKN, next VKN is Saturday, the 24th of January from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you guys will join us for that. What's next? We will be having some drawings. I think the last episode of January I will do some drawings for the Knit Your Stash. So keep posting those because I've seen a lot of posts in both of the chatter and the finished object thread. I haven't looked at either one of those threads in a couple of weeks, but I will be going to look at those threads in the next couple of weeks to look at them. I know I have to read the chatter thread because there's a couple of messages that have been sent to me. I just have not been in that thread yet, so I am planning on going and looking at all of those and just keep them coming. And we will be doing the Finish It or Frog It in February, so start thinking about what you're going to be working on or what you're going to be frogging. Get those projects in a pile, mark them Finish It or Frog It February, and get ready to participate in that. And then lastly, I am going to be working on some new tutorials. Like I said, I want to do a new tutorial for the wrapping, doing short rows, wrapping and turning your short rows, doing your short rows. I also recorded another Ravelry tutorial that was quite interesting. I came across something new and interesting, and that will probably be posted the middle of next week. I just found it really interesting, and I thought you guys might find it interesting too, so I went ahead and did a quick tutorial on that. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you to go look and explore until you see the tutorial. Not that you can't. You might have already seen it and explored and stuff like that, but I thought it was kind of interesting. I just happened to be poking around in Ravelry and found something new. And I think that's about it. It's about a 20-minute podcast today, but that's okay. At least you get to see my face, because honestly, I wasn't going to record this week, and I was just going to post the tutorial on Saturday, but I decided to go ahead and show you my progress. So that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you guys have a fabulous, fabulous week. I hope you're knitting blooms, and if you are one of my Simmy friends, I hope you are having a ton of fun with Sims, whether it's Sims 4, Sims 3, Sims 2, or Sims 1. It's always fun to play Sims. So, thanks so much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.
As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to contact me with your comments or suggestions, as I am always trying to improve the show. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube as Bloomingknitter. You can also find me on Plurk, Twitter, and Pinterest as Bloomingknitter, but I don't frequent those sites as often. I post show updates on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes to Google Plus and Plurk. I am Miss Aerobics on MyFitnessPal and Fitbit. You can always find all the old episodes as well as links to the tutorials on the blog at www.knittingblooms.com. And you can also follow the show on Facebook. You can email me at knittingblooms@gmail.com, and show notes can be found at knittingblooms.com.